Okay, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is February 12th, 2021. Real quick, before I get into this, if you want to support this channel, the best way that you can do that is by giving the video a like, also subscribing to the channel if you have not yet. For those of you that are subscribed and that are commenting and following me across social media, thank you very, very much for supporting what it is that I do. So, let's get into this. I didn't get a chance to make a video yesterday, but the big news that we got was the jobless claim numbers, okay? So, 793,000 new claims were filed the previous week. Obviously, this is being spun in the mainstream media as a good thing, and we all know that it's not. In my opinion, this is what the exportation of the middle class looks like, right? We know with these trade agreements that they make, they agree to export America's middle class to China, to India, and these jobs that are just disappearing every single week, every single month, month after month. This is the manifestation of the exportation of the middle class. I mean, it's been nearly a year now, and you know, the official numbers every week is like 700,000, 800,000, 900,000. A couple of weeks, it was like 1 million. So if you average this out, it's like 3 or 4 million jobs a month that are disappearing. They're never coming back. And the mainstream media doesn't even discuss, you know, how are these jobs coming back? Are they ever coming back? Well, you know, the catch is that they're not coming back. And these are just the official numbers, you know. If we're going to believe that the stock market is manipulated, then the economic information that we're receiving is most likely manipulated as well. I can even refer to Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman, who earlier this week, I think it was Tuesday, he made a public comment about how unemployment was not at 6%, that number was wrong. The unemployment number, he said, Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman, said was closer to 10%. So if the Fed's chairman is admitting that unemployment is way higher than the official number of 6% says, then why wouldn't these jobless claim numbers be fixed too? They probably are. That's my opinion, right? I don't have anything to prove that, but I think the jobless claims are probably, you know, 1 million, if not more, every single week. And, you know, they just manipulate these numbers so that it doesn't look quite as bad. So the jobs market, this service sector economy that we're living in, you know, our economy, it's not based on really anything fundamental. It's based on consumption, right? We're not manufacturing anything. We don't make anything. China makes everything. These service jobs, you know, jobs like fast food, Taco Bell, Papa John's, you know, a lot of these service jobs that maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, these were like part-time jobs. These were jobs that maybe kids would be working, right? These are jobs that somebody would take, you know, if they were pursuing maybe college, they'd take a part-time job at Wendy's or something. But these are now the careers for Americans. These are the careers that Americans have the opportunity to advance in. Probably the only careers that most Americans have an opportunity to advance in. So you're expected to take a job at Taco Bell or Walmart and work 40, 50, 60 hours a week at this job. And it's going to be your career, right? And you're going to love it because you're getting paid $15 an hour. Right? This is why they want to hike up the federal minimum wage mandate to $15 an hour, because these kind of service jobs, these are the career options for Americans, right? There really are not a lot of other opportunities out there. And so just considering all of this, you know, the unemployment numbers probably being much higher, the jobless claim numbers, that they're high, the official numbers are high, but the real numbers probably being a lot higher. You know, where are these jobs going? Are they ever coming back? You know, thinking about all of this, you know, these are the indications that the economy is not doing well. The jobless claims and losing over 1 million jobs every single month for months on end, that is a huge red flag. That is the indicator for us. That's telling us, the economy is not doing well. No matter how far the stock market goes, no matter how high it soars, no matter how long it melts up, the real economy is not doing well. I mean, just on the jobless claims alone, not to mention Fed Chairman Jerome Powell's statements about unemployment, on this kind of news in a healthy free market, in a real free market, the markets would have pulled back. The Dow would have pulled back. The SPY would have pulled back. The NASDAQ probably would have pulled back. The markets would have crashed on this really dire fundamental news. But they don't. They continue to melt up. All right. If you go and look at a chart of the SPY today or the NASDAQ, we got a parabolic move that was based on nothing other than maybe the news of stimulus, the stimulus proposals or checks. That was the only thing that maybe the markets would have responded to. But the fact that the markets responded the way they did, I mean, you have to see, I don't have the chart pulled up because I'm on camera today and I don't have my display, but for you guys to see it. But go look at a chart of the SPY. It was a parabolic move out of nowhere that could only be attributed, maybe legitimately attributed to the stimulus news, right? The House came out and they're advancing the stimulus proposal. They want to put it to a vote. They basically want to do what's called a budget reconciliation, which would bypass the filibuster, and with a simple majority in the House and the Senate, they could pass this stimulus agenda. And if the markets are only responding to stimulus, that is a very, very unhealthy sign. All right, this is another reason I don't hold any positions overnight. All right, I don't have any long-term positions, and I don't hold any positions overnight. I believe it's very dangerous to be doing this. I do not trust these markets. Yes, I will trade. I will day trade. I'll get in and out and scalp small profits where I can, but I do not have cash. I do not have overnight positions that I'm holding. I think it's a very bad idea. There's no telling what the markets will do next week after such a dramatic parabolic move that was completely unfounded. The fundamentals alone do not justify what we're seeing in the markets. And it's probably the Fed, the banks injecting liquidity and stimulus. We know they're manipulating the bond market, and they manipulate the corporate debt bond market by basically announcing that they're going to be purchasing corporate debt. And so when investors hear, oh, the Fed's going to purchase corporate debt, they go and front run the Fed, right? Individual investors, just based off of the news that the Fed's going to buy corporate debt, they go in there and buy all this corporate debt. And then the Fed really doesn't barely has to lift a finger. This is how they're manipulating the bond market. And it's similar with the stock market as well. So, what we're seeing is unprecedented. But I guess what I'll say about this is that the further the markets go up, with no fundamentals to back them up, even going against the technicals, right? It's almost like technical analysis doesn't work quite as it used to, because the Fed can just come in and push the markets as high as they want based on, nothing. The higher they go up, the further the deeper the trench is going to be, right? The higher these markets melt up, the deeper the crash, the bigger the crash, the faster the crash. And I truly do believe we are headed for an economic depression that this country has not seen for 100 years, maybe has never seen. Definitely not in our lifetimes. I mean, yes, America has been through bank runs and economic turmoil before, but this is serious. This is very, very serious. And this is why I talk about the jobless claims so much, because it's a very good indication of really what's actually going on out here. And now they want to pass another $1.9 trillion stimulus bill with $1,400 checks going to Americans. Those are breadcrumbs. The bulk of this budget will go to foreign governments. It'll go to cities and states that completely mismanaged their tax revenue. And we know because of the lockdowns that the tax revenue has been greatly diminished over the past year. So they need to make up for that, right? There's cities and states that need bailouts. $1,400, would it provide temporary relief for people? It might, and if you do receive a $1,400 stimulus check, absolutely take it and put it towards your survival. But is $1,400 for every American going to bring these jobs back? No. Is $1,400 for every American going to, help or increase our purchasing power? Absolutely not. So, if anything, this frivolous spending, all of this money printing, the expansion of the money supply, it is going to hurt us, right? We are going to feel this, and we're going to have to pay for it. And we're going to pay it for a lot of this stuff by inflation, which is, it's a tax. Inflation is a form of tax. It's a way to really, tax the public without them knowing it. A lot of people ask, well, where's the inflation? Well, the inflation is already here. You can see it in the equity prices, right? This is why, the 1%, the bankers love inflation, because, their billion-dollar stock portfolios expand. But we also see the inflation with consumer prices at the supermarkets, tacos being $9. This is how inflation is going to look. You'll see it at the gas pumps. So we are really in for it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mean to be like overly pessimistic or doom and gloomy, but very, very serious situation that this country is headed in. And I think 2021 is going to bring horrors that we cannot imagine, right? 2021 is going to make 2020 look like a walk in the park, unfortunately. Hopefully I'm wrong about that, but that's kind of what my gut feeling is telling me. Other than all of that, I just want to remind everyone to prepare. Prepare now. Make sure you are taking steps to secure your finances, to secure your purchasing power, learn new skills, save money where you can. Just a random example, but I'm now cutting my own hair, right? So that's $30, $40, $50 a month that I'm not spending in the economy, right? But that I'm actually saving for myself. Also just trying to learn other skills like gardening, right? I've got some kale plants that are actually doing very, very well. And it's not that I'm going to feed myself with my little kitchen garden, but, it's a skill that I'm developing, which I don't think is a bad skill to have headed in towards, economic collapse or depression. Learning how to trade, stock options, all of these kind of things. This is what I mean when I talk about preparation, when I talk about, learning new skills. Also having, assets that I have access to, whether that be cash outside of a bank, whether that be silver and gold, whether that be food and water on hand. I just went and picked up a few more gallons of water because I do think some of these resources are going to get harder to acquire. They're going to become more scarce. That's kind of what I see going into this next year. And things seem maybe calm right now, but you think about all these people out of work. You think about the crime wave out there. Just look up your local area. Just type in your local area and crime on Google. Here in Norfolk, we had shootings at the Social Security Administration building, all kinds of murders happening almost every night, child molestations. It is... the crime is definitely on the rise in this country, and you got people out there that are desperate, but you also have people out there that are deranged, and that's the most, I think, dangerous combination is the desperate and the deranged. That's a combination that can be deadly. So you want to be alert. You want to be very aware of your surroundings, aware of what's going on. And that's all I'm trying to do on this channel is, make my viewers more aware of really what's actually going on, because the mainstream media is feeding us nothing but garbage. I don't have to tell most of you that. So, with that, let me know, what are you looking at in the comment section down below. Don't forget to prepare. Do everything you can. Take this opportunity tonight, today, this week, this weekend, to learn a new skill, to set aside some cold hard asset for yourself to get some extra food and water. Maybe you'll never need it, but you'll be happy that you can rest easy knowing that you have it. So, like I said, let me know what you're looking at. What's on your watch list? What do you think I should be paying attention to? I really enjoy reading the comments and hearing back from you guys because it helps me gauge, maybe what I sort of see it as like a contribution to my content, and it helps me kind of figure out where I should go with some of the nightly content. So for those of you commenting and leaving the feedback, it's much appreciated. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy these nightly videos, and you can follow me on social media. A big thank you to everybody on my Patreon and everybody that's been supporting me over the years. And with that, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. As always, until next time, God bless.